What's up, beautiful people? I wanted to come to you all with a very important video today because I feel like this is like long overdue. So before I jump off into this video, if you're the type of person that wants to argue or have these showdowns because I don't agree with you and my journey is different than yours, then this is not the place for you to be. So I'm just gonna kind of give you some time to, you know, kick rocks or whatever. Okay, cool. So let's get into this right quick. Okay, so a few years ago, I decided that after seeing Earthling and Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, that I was gonna change my life forever. Okay, so I went ahead and I went on a vegetarian type of diet, and I was juicing a lot. I lost a lot of pounds. During this time, okay, my period completely disappeared. I am not the first person that has tried this vegan and vegetarian healthy lifestyle and our periods have disappeared, okay? So what happened was, after a while, they call that amenorrhea. For any of you understand, this is the secondary phase of amenorrhea. The primary one is when you've never had a period, like it hasn't started by the time you're 16, like the shit has just never came. And amenorrhea is the secondary phase, is when you've had a period and then all of a sudden it just disappears. So after that, I started having these hot flashes, like I was getting hot. Like my body temperature was just not really working, and I was just like, okay, I'm working out, I'm eating healthy, I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be fucking doing. Why am I having these issues where I'm not having a fucking period? So, as time went on, I decided, you know, maybe it's just not that bad, so I just kept on with my diet.
Wish I wouldn't have did that shit.
So, basically after that, like my body temperature continued to rise, and I was just like, okay, something's obviously wrong here. So I decided to go to the doctor this year because I have not had my period in going on 3 fucking years, okay? Some women are hallelujah for it. Me, I was like, absolutely fucking not. I'm hot, I'm irritable, I have foggy mental clarity. I can't remember things where I could put something down and the next thing I know, I'm like, what did I just do with what I had? Like that shit that people in older, you know, that's older are supposed to experience, not me. So I ended up going to the doctor, and she did some blood work and she said, we need to talk. And I was like, well, what do we need to talk about? Okay. So first, let's start with this. This is my FSH level, okay? You could, if the camera will zoom in, be my friend. Okay, it's not. Anyway, it says 88.7, okay? That's too goddamn high. My estradiol, which is estrogen, is less than 5.1. So what you trying to say, Doc? Basically, we're thinking that you, in the way that you were eating, basically drove your body into what we call POF. What is that? Primary Ovarian Failure, also known as Primary Ovarian Insufficiency. So I was just kind of sitting there like, you gotta be shitting me. Like this cannot be freaking happening. Like, what do you mean? So what does that mean? She was like, this is premenopausal levels. I'm 27, like what do you mean? So basically I started to learn about the endocrine system and how it's responsible for your pineal gland, your freaking adrenal glands, your freaking thyroid. Mine was basically out of whack, my endocrine system. That's why you have to go see an endocrinologist if something actually happened to your thyroid or something's going on with you hormonally that's just throwing off everything. So they would have to find out if you have some type of autoimmune disease, which could be multiple sclerosis, diabetes, any Turner's disease, Graves' disease. It could be any fucking thing. Or it could just be that you decided that you were gonna go and change your diet without actually educating yourself, getting blood tests to see exactly what your blood type is before you actually start to put things and take things out of your body, and which will throw your whole glandular system into outer space. So basically, I've done all of my blood work at the moment to basically see exactly what it is that my hormones are actually going through so I can actually change it. But here's the thing. there are certain people that exercise excessively, like people like Serena Williams. Let's take her as an example. She could very much so be working out excessively and doing all these things to her body. She has the genetics to carry and support what it is that she wants to do. I don't know how, but she's just blessed, okay? So she can do all these things to her body and still have her period. Versus someone like you and I who do not have the genetic structure, do not have the right amount, that doesn't have a healthy enough immune system, tries to do the same exact thing and it will shut off our period permanently. Some women who go vegan, if you look it up on YouTube, if you go look it up any freaking where, there are women that are crying their faces off about how they stop having their periods and then go to the doctor and find out they have extremely high FSH levels, which are throwing them into premenopause, which is taking away their ability to actually have a fucking child, which means they probably would have to be put on hormone replacement therapy because as you get older, if you do not have the sufficient amount of estrogen in your body, which takes care of your bones, you are at risk for osteoporosis, okay? So this is what we're talking about. Something else that I realized that I was not paying attention to when we was watching this movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, this is a man, okay? Their bodies are unfair. It's unreal how they could just get away with so much stuff. Like their bodies, nature loves them. They're meant to be, you know, athletic and have a low percentage of body fat. Versus if you try to do the same exact thing, you can literally throw your fucking period out of whack because it's like your body even needs and requires a certain amount of body fat percentage and even to even continue to have a healthy flowing period, okay? So what I have come to realize about this whole entire situation is that your healthy is not mine. Just like one of my friends online, she is vegan, and she tried to introduce the same lifestyle to her son. Unfortunately, he started to get weak. So she was like, oh my God, I gotta take him to the hospital. What's going on? And then she was like, hey, his iron is low. So there are certain types of fats and proteins in animals that you're not gonna find in plants, and you guys keep clicking this shit online, and it's so old, it's so played out. A lot of you are just trying to make it seem like people want to eat meat. There are certain of us that have to, just like freaking Chrisette Michelle when she was diagnosed with endometriosis and she was removed off of a plant-based diet. No matter how much she wanted it and loved it, it was not healthy for her to continue. So many people had their panties in a bunch. It was ridiculous. I was so over it. I was like, you know what? She had to do what she thought was best for her body. And here I am at 27 being told, hey, your freaking ovaries are not responding. So your pituitary gland is kicking out this high amount of FSH, which is your follicle stimulating hormone, okay? It's basically kicking your body into premenopause. You're not responding down there. So I started looking into some herbs. And one of the herbs that I started to really get in tune with was aminage. Do you know what aminage is? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what aminage is because I love helping people. So basically, aminage are freaking herbs that basically promote menstruation. Okay, if you are pregnant, do not take aminage type herbs. These type of herbs are like probably like black cohosh or maybe like donquay, but I know for sure that angelic root is definitely an aminage. So do not use it. Other women have used it to promote abortion. Hey, if you don't want a kid, I don't think a person should have a baby if they don't want to have it, if they're not freaking ready. Who the fuck am I? You know what's best for your wallet and your uterus, so that has nothing to do with me. I'm just saying that that's what it's been used for from what I have gathered from my research, that they are basically saying that women that are pregnant need to stay away from aminages completely because they cause the uterus to contract. Okay, I don't know if this is true. This is just my what I've actually learned. Okay, so without going into all of this crap about everything else, because I feel like I've pretty much explained myself, that you should not exhaust your adrenal glands and in your hormone system to try to do 10-day juice fasts. Do you understand that you are removing essential fats from your body that you actually freaking need? So it's cute, this whole little, you know, people are losing weight, but they need to educate you on how not to destroy your whole entire hormone system, your glandular system, your endocrine system by removing things from your body for long periods of time. If you want to do a 3-day juice fast, cool. Throw some nuts in there, some avocados inside of your juice. That way you're still getting a high amount of fats. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to educate yourself. Don't just go out here listening to other people and then you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Because now I have to go to the doctor next week to see exactly what the hell they're about to tell me, which is happening to my system. And then I want to also put into that too is that your endocrine system actually helps other functions in your body, organs function in your body. Like you can look at your digestive tract, for instance. That helps too. So since I've been going through all of these things, my body has literally stopped working for my what is this called, my digestive tract has been all over the place, and I went and started learning about herbs. I hate that they call it alternative medicine when this is the original medicine, okay? Before doctors decided that they could profit off of the deaths of millions of people by going into freaking contracts with pharmaceutical companies so they can get paid, okay, at your expense. So anyway, I started taking this motherfucking licorice root, right? Every day I was drinking that shit. Lo and fucking behold, like there is no pain here. There's nothing going on here. There's no bulge. There's no nothing. Like I drank licorice root like it's my friend. Like I love licorice root, okay? It's something I would use. I'm not telling you to use this. Don't take anything of what I'm saying from this video. This is just a testament as to me actually doing something that destroyed my hormones down to anything you freaking think of, okay? So I can fix this, right? So that's basically what I did, is I drank the licorice root and I was fine. All I'm saying, guys, don't sit back and listen to everybody online. Go to a dietitian. Go to a fucking nutrition specialist. Don't just sit around playing doctor with your body. This is not, you know, like Operation, what's that game? I don't know what it's called, but don't do that with your body. Don't do that. Go educate yourself. The same way I feel like that learning about the endocrine system and learning about hormones and glandular systems and all of these things and how our periods actually work is something that if you are a woman and you have cycles and all of this shit, you should know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it could come back and bite you in the ass later. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, guys, honestly, your healthy is not mine. Your healthy is not the next person's. Like, you have to understand that there are certain fats and things that are proteins that are in animal products that the body does need to properly function. And a lot of you don't read. And if you do read, you will go over here and you will start listening to these hotep motherfuckers. Especially the guys that said we don't need a period. That's horse shit. You're not having a period, you better take your ass to the nearest fucking doctor, okay? Because that could lead to other things. Just like some women might not even start sweating or having any of these issues that I'm having. They'll just go to the doctor, they're trying to get pregnant, and then, hey, your FSH levels are too fucking high. Sorry, you can't have kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, is educate yourself. Don't go out here listening to all these freaking people. Your system running correctly is what you should be looking for. It's the optimum amount of health. The optimum amount of health. You should not be freaking out here playing with your hormones like you have no idea. And it's a lot of people are saying, oh, this is, you can lose weight, you can do this. Like, boo-boo, I hear what you're saying, but don't sit here and play with your health like that. Like, that's cute or whatever they talking about, you can lose weight. Like, I like to lose weight too, but I don't want to lose weight at the expense where I'm just throwing all of who I am out of the window. That's going to actually help my body to function properly and naturally. But some women can actually get down to a very low body fat percentage and they can still have a period. They can still be healthy, versus somebody else could be doing the same exact freaking thing, and their genetics and whatever is going on with them is just not going to sustain that amount of strenuous exercise to their actual body. So their period will leave. There are countless studies of women on YouTube. Go listen to them. Women are crying their faces off with developing PCOS from actually going vegan and vegetarian. Just because you didn't mean that they didn't. Okay, so stop saying, oh, it's not happening, because it is. Don't do that. Don't sit back and act like just because it didn't happen to you that it's not happening to other people. You know, I'm not gonna feel pressure to stop eating fish. I don't eat beef because I don't like how it makes my belly feel. So that's the reason why I don't eat it. You feel me? But I'm not gonna march around and say, you meat eaters, you motherfuckers need to stop eating. No, I don't care. I just want every woman to be healthy, because what you can do to your body does not mean that I can do that to mine. Okay? So I just thought that I would talk about this. Where I got a lot of my information is that I actually, I study this book like faithfully. This is the Human Anatomy and Physiology book. It definitely came from a college. I don't know why I got it, but I got it a few months ago at Goodwill, and this book literally saved my life and helped me a lot with understanding about my basic needs as a woman. Like, I'm not saying everything that about my body is in here, but I'm saying, like, far as how our systems are and how they're built and things of that nature, and what type of, you know, like, even down to, I didn't even know that your hormones controlled your body temperature too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women, the reason why they're so hot, because they're exhausting their fucking adrenal glands. And this is something that happens only when you're older. You know what I'm saying? Your estrogen levels are really freaking low. So that helps too. And when you're losing those vital freaking things in your body that you actually need to for your body to actually function properly, you're doing some significant damage to yourself, sweetie. Please, a lot of you, stop listening to these people online. Please go and talk to some nutrition specialists. And even the stuff that they tell you to do, that doesn't mean you have to. Just like, you know, when they was talking to me about hormone therapy, the moment that she said, I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty good with my intuition when somebody's trying to do something to me that's just not okay. So I'm pretty good with that. I had a negative feeling about it, so I didn't go with it. The same way I did when they tried to give me that HPV shot, and then women started crying about having cancer. I don't trust these motherfuckers as far as I can throw them down the street. You know what I'm saying? But they do have labs in which you can test yourself and find out about your FSH levels and things of that nature. So I go to the doctor to find out about those labs. I don't go to the doctor because I trust them and they're gonna actually give me some medicine that's not gonna give me side effects that were worse than what I had to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm off of this video. Really seriously, guys, start taking better care of yourself. Start listening to yourself. Start doing things that are best for your body. Read up about some shit. Like, educate yourself, because as long as you don't educate yourself, then they can just practically tell you anything. It says in the Bible, and not that I actually believe everything that's in there, but there are certain key parts that just stick to me like fucking glue. And one of them is, and I leave you with this, my people suffer for the lack of knowledge. I am not the type of person that will just let somebody tell me anything anymore, because I have suffered. My glandular system has suffered, my hormones have suffered, and I will never be a vegan or vegetarian, so shove it up your ass.